Next speaker will introduce you to the fantastic world of plant-microbes interaction and how it works on the battlefield. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria.
Just a little bit. Meanwhile, I get help from backstage. We could, meanwhile, get rid of this. Thanks.
So, now we can start. As you just heard from Alfredo, a super romantic and love story about plants and mushrooms. But let me tell you one secret actually. Not all relationships between plants and microbes are as peaceful as that one. In fact, sometimes these relationships can really become a battlefield. So, let's see what actually happens to a plant cell when it encounters with a harmful microbe. And unable to do so, I will introduce you to the plant immune system in 3 episodes. But before we begin with that, I want just to ask you a little bit. Are you by any chance familiar with the Star Wars saga? Ah, a lot of scientists and geek people in the public, I see. How many of the movies are actually there around? How many of the episodes? Who has watched the episodes actually in the right order? Which one is it? Number 2, 5. Anyway, let's start from the first episode, the attack of the clones. A long, long time away in a galaxy far, far away, it was a super peaceful and calm day in the Republic. This here is the Republic. Until suddenly, some actually of the attackers start to arrive and approach the planet. But these attackers were not alone. No, they were clones. So there were many of them. And actually some of them tried to reach the entrance. What they were not aware of is that the entrance was actually guided by none other than Han Solo. So what happens now? Actually, the clones tried to reach the entrance and tried to enter the planet. But it's not easy, because this fellow here actually uses the help of his super best friend in able to communicate that they are under attack. And he communicates it actually to no other than our Master Yoda here. In this moment, Yoda realizes that the situation is getting out of control because the clones are arriving and there are so many of them that actually he decides to send one of his best Jedis to protect the entrance. So we have here, come on guys, a little bit of him. Obi-Wan, exactly. So he actually protects the entrance, making the clones far away. But what happens now actually to the plant? So what happens now is that actually when the plant encounters 2 bacteria that are approaching them, the bacteria encounters with a huge protection. And it's not easy for them to come in. Anyway, they try it. But as soon as they try it here, they are recognized that they are intruders. And actually the cell delivers so many messages and substances, toxic substances, that makes the bacteria to go away. So what happens now? Is this actually the end of the story? No. Comes episode number 2. The Empire Strikes Back. As you may see, the clones by their own are really nothing without a mastermind. And who's the mastermind here? No other than... Yeah. The mastermind actually develops a way that their clones can actually mimic one of the known persons in the saga stars, which is Princess Leia. And in that way, Princess Leia can trick Han Solo and get into the cell without being recognized, into the planet, without being recognized. So what happens actually in the cell? It's exactly the same. Some bacteria have developed a way to mimic and to pass around the gardens of the plant cell and get inside. In that way, affecting the plant. And in that case, the plant is susceptible or infected. But what happens now? Is the plant going to just let it there? Are they going to die? Is the Republic going to die? No, exactly. We're reaching now to episode number 3, The Last Jedi. So when actually our master realized that this is not Princess Leia, but a clone, he develops new ways to actually recognize them and kick them out of the cell, of the planet, sorry. In that way, they defend themselves, making, once again, the Republic peaceful. This is exactly what happens to the plant. The plant actually can recognize that it has been under attack and that there are new weapons that were delivered, just like Princess Leia were mimicking. And it delivers, or it releases a way in able to overcome that and to kick the bacteria or the intruders away. So now, I'm so sorry to tell you, but this is the end of the story, because in this moment, then, the planet's actually resistant. So as you can see, the plant immune system can be a little bit complicated to get and tricky. Yet it is really fascinating, because we really need to understand how plants work. We really need to understand how their immune system works. Because I bet 1 or 2 around here are vegetarians. And you can know that plants are really important for them. And if they get sick, well, they're not going to eat anything. So we need to understand this really well. And not just wait that the force is with the plants. Thank you so much.